Chesterton Conference. Our first time on the East Coast. We're going to give you a chance to bid. We're going to have a little live auction for one item, a copy of Chesterton's book, The Resurrection of Rome. It's interesting because it's signed by G.K. Chesterton.
It's an honor to be here tonight for the 100th anniversary of G.K. Chesterton's book, What's Wrong with the World. I must admit, in sitting down to think about what's wrong with the world this evening, I was overwhelmed. Where does one begin?
Stuart Brand, he's a scientist, and he said, we are becoming like gods, so we better get good at it. And in one of the TED videos, recent TED video, he said this quite some time ago, he said, we have to get good at it. So there's the assignment, ladies and gentlemen. Start practicing. How's it working for you so far?
Distributism finds its roots in the social and economic theories articulated in the documents of the Church's social teaching, beginning with Pope Leo XIII's Rerum Novarum.
And so I think most of us are unaware of Frances or know very little about her, and I want to change that here today. I want to give you a picture of who Frances was, what she meant to Gilbert, and how Gilbert could not have been the man he was without her.
I'd like to change the title of this presentation with a nod to Dale Ahlquist to Edmund Burke. Who is this guy and what did Chesterton have against him?
I think Chesterton writes about Shakespeare in such a way as to see himself in Shakespeare and in many of Shakespeare's characters, such as Bottom in A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Of being merely hostile to progress, especially in such scientific forms as petrol traffic. That's automobiles with gas. Do you want me to translate as I go along?
And what is journalism? Is journalism asking questions at press conferences and getting official responses? Is that journalism? To expect someone to be honest with you when you put a microphone in their face in front of a million people, that's not journalism, that's stenography.
I am going to be talking to you this morning about a problem contemporaneous with Chesterton's own writing. He wrote Heretics and Orthodoxy in the first decade of the 20th century. That was also the decade when the church was coping with modernism.
In every age and in every culture, the Holy Spirit will always raise up new ways of being good and doing good. And you look at the lives of the saints, and they are very different from one another.
In both cases, Chesterton says the evidence lies in an enormous accumulation. That brings to mind Newman's phrase, accumulation of probabilities. You know, you have these probabilities that are like the strands in a rope. No strand by itself will bear the weight of the ship, but the rope, all the strands put together, is as good as a chain.
And so in spite of the fact that he starts the book, really, it's in the first couple of chapters where he comes out and states the need for the Christian ideal, right at the outset. He has to focus on what's wrong with the world. And not from a religious or moral perspective, but from simply a social perspective.
And I got lost, hopelessly lost. And